Marvel Legends Captain America Red Onslaught Build-A-Figure wave. We got the man himself, Capwolf. Huh? Let's do it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we're going to be talking about one of my favorite toy lines ever, Marvel Legends. And we got the Captain America series Red Onslaught Build-A-Figure wave, and we're going to start with none other than the man himself, Captain America. And this isn't just Captain America looking great in that iconic costume with some straps, shoulder straps going on there. He comes with an alternate Capwolf head, which is awesome. And I can't wait to display that version of Captain America, which is very weird, but I love it. I'm into all those weird little additions that the Marvel Legends has been adding in their accessories. So awesome. Standard window box packaging. We got the shield. We got Captain America, Captain America. So nice, you got to say it twice. Go to the side, you got great artwork there. And in the back, you got some awesome artwork. Well, it's not even artwork, it's a nice picture of the figure itself posed with some nice lighting and the blue background. And it says a little bio, if you guys don't know. Steve Rogers is a soldier with superhuman strength and an indestructible shield. And that is true, guys. This is so cool. You see the other figures in the wave, and you got the Red Onslaught Build-A-Figure, which I can't wait to get to. Looking forward to that, so stay tuned. But yeah, a lot of figures here to talk about. Artwork on the side, same deal. And let's just get to it. This is Captain America. I just wanted to point out something real quick for you guys. This is the box that the plastic is placed inside of, you know, where you remove the figure from. But this is something that most people aren't going to even care about. But you know, every little detail in the packaging, inside the packaging, in the figure, everything makes it that much more special. And we got some artwork of Captain America's shield right there. Now, I'll show you, you know, if any of the other figures in this line come with any different artwork, I'll point that out. But I think this is pretty standard throughout the wave, but we'll keep an eye out for that. But I just wanted to point that out because I appreciate it. Just wanted to show you what comes with this Captain America besides this great looking figure. He does have his shield, of course. What's Captain America without his shield? That plugs into the back. Let me pop that off, and you can flip it. This little switch here, just go back and forth to make it attach to his wrist, and then again to plug into his back. So you see the peg hole right there. He also has, and I thought the straps were sculpted on, but they're not, and they're kind of annoying because they look good if you can stand them. If he doesn't move, they don't look too bad, right? But then they're not attached, they're not glued on, nothing like that, so they come right off. So I don't know if I'm going to be displaying with these. Probably not, because this is my Captain America right here. Very iconic looking. Sweet. Also comes with, we got the Capwolf alternate head. I love this edition. Looks great. You can see the great sculpting done, and we're going to go more in detail. I'm going to pop that head on in this video. Oh man, looks awesome. And then he has two alternate hands. We got one for his left hand, which, let me get that in focus for y'all. Got a finger pointing one, where I guess this is where he points to the air and says, "Avengers assemble!" And then he has his saluting hand. So I'll be showing you guys pictures with the hands as well, so stay tuned. And then of course he comes with the Red Onslaught Build-A-Figure piece, which looks like, I don't know, a tail or the back armor. So can't wait to build that. But I'm going to put this away for now, and we'll just focus on Captain America himself. Now, I got Captain America here standing on the turntable of justice, or turntable of doom, depending on whoever's standing on it. And as you can see, he looks pretty cool. I mean, the paint job is really popping on this figure. It has that classic Captain America look. I took off those shoulder straps because they do absolutely nothing. And even with the shield attached to his back, it's not like it's holding them in place. So it's unnecessary. I didn't want to lose them, so I'm just taking them off since they fall apart way too easily. They're not stuck on at all. But yeah, great looking figure. Really reminiscent of the way Captain America looked in the 80s and 90s, right? But very, very cool. And let's get a closer look at the big guy. Now, just to show you with these shoulder straps, I mean, they look great if they would stay on, but they're so loosely applied that they continuously slide off as you move the figure. But I'm going to turn them to the back, and just to show you what I was saying about even when the shield is plugged into the back, it does not hold the straps in place. So if you do want the straps, I mean, at least it's an option for displayability purposes, but the shield does not hold the straps in place, and they easily can slide down. So I'll be displaying without the straps, and for the rest of this review, I'll be taking these straps off. But he does look cool with that shield on his back, huh? All right, so let's get a little more in depth with this Captain America. And just, guys, I'm just telling you right now, this is one of my, at least my top 3 Captain America figures in the entire Marvel Legends. This is a great looking figure. I mean, the paint is popping. Everything looks nice and clean and crisp. He has that new body mold, which makes him bigger, as he should be. You know, he is a bigger dude, and man, the articulation is on point too, which I'm going to get to. But take a look at that head sculpt. That looks like Steve Rogers under a Captain America mask. I mean, this looks like a dude in a costume. It's not painted. Well, I mean, it's not just painted. There's actually sculpt work on the mask. And it's not just a painted blue over the flesh tone like we would have seen in the past. Everything on his head is sculpted. The A is sculpted and painted, and what I love about it, it's so evenly centered. We've seen Captain America's where the A was a little off center. Not this guy. This A is right in the middle of his forehead as it should be. You can see his eyebrows are sculpted. The paintwork is nice and clean. You see that he has his blonde, you know, brownish blonde hair underneath that. The eyes are sculpted. He got his baby blues. I love the flesh tone that they use, the little crinkles and the marks on the wrinkles on his face. This guy has been around a long time, and this doesn't look like a nubile face. That is a veteran underneath that mask. This is Captain America, baby. Steve Rogers. Look at the ears. The flesh paint is so clean. There's no blue. There's no flesh paint sprayed by accident on the blue paint. You see his wings are nicely painted and sculpted, by the way. Those wings are sculpted. You can see the piping on his mask going throughout. And I love the blue color that is throughout Captain America's uniform. I am in love with this head sculpt. It is they did an amazing job. Great job, Hasbro. They're killing it with this cap. And we go on to the new body mold. And just look at that star. Just like the A, these are symbols of Captain America, right? These are iconic images or symbols of this guy, and they did a great job. It's not off-centered. It's nice and clean, the star. It's nice and white. You don't see any blue popping through that, and the blue is separated so well. And we go on to the back, same deal. Look at the peg hole right in the center of the star. So great job with the placement and the paint work on the stars, because we've seen Captain America figures where that wasn't the case, right? We've seen bleed through. We've seen the blue come through. This is so clean, and I love how crisp it is. Oh, man. Going to the shoulders, we got great. You got these big, beefy shoulders of Captain America, which I'm going to talk about more in a second when we get to articulation, right? But look at that. The paint. Now, we have this weird thing here. Let me see if I can get it on camera. There you go. You can see those holes in the white part of the side of his arm, right? Now, that's not a paint mark. It's actually a hole, like if it was punctured. So, I've seen that with other Captain America figures. I've been checking them out through the store. It seems like there's nothing we can do about it. And it's very minor. It does not take away from the overall aesthetic of this figure. It is a great looking figure, great feeling figure. So, I'm not too bummed about that, but I just wanted to point that out for you guys. So, the white goes throughout. And then we don't have a forearm cut here, but we have his beautifully painted red gloves. And I love the design of Captain America with his flared boots and the flared gloves. I love it. I just love that look on Cap. And you can see here, just while we're talking about the gloves, you got great sculpt work there, of course. You got the paint nice and clean, nice and red. And the same with the boots. Matching colors, right? And I love how these folds of his boots are sculpted. Very cool. I just always love that look on Captain America. Almost like he's wearing pirate boots. But I love it. I love it. I love it. So, paint job, well done. Now let's get to this. Before I get to let's talk about the belt. Look at his belt. That clean silver paint. You got the beautiful black leathery look of the rest of the belt. And then you have sculpted belt strap. What do you call these things? the straps, the belt holders. My God, they look so good. They actually sculpted. It's not just painted on. It's sculpted blue straps to hold the belt, right? And it's the same throughout. So great job. Normally you would just see a little blue paint line, and they will call it a day. They actually took the time to sculpt the belt buckle, to sculpt the straps, and I appreciate that kind of work and that kind of detail, because it definitely makes for a greater figure. Wow. And now looking down to you got the ab crunch here, right? But in the ab crunch, let me show you guys real quick what's so cool. You got this beautifully painted red stripe, you got the white, you got the red, and there's no bleed through. You don't see any red on the white, you don't see any white on the red. And what's cool about this, let's take it to the back so you can really appreciate this. You know, with the ab crunch, the articulation, you bend them forward, you still got paintwork going through. So they did not just jip us off. They did not just cut off the paint there and say, I'm not going to paint. Nobody's really going to see that. No, they knew if we bent him forward, we would see the rest of the paint job. And if they took any shortcuts, we would have caught it right away. So they really went through, and you look how clean the paint is. And the way this articulation joint is, it does not chip the paint. It's not, you can bend it forward and backward, and it's not going to mess up the paint. And look how well, I'm arching his back all the way, and look how well that line, that red line lines up. So I don't think I have to talk anymore about this paint job. I am absolutely loving the paint work on this Captain America figure. All right, let's get to talking about the articulation of Captain America. Now, knowing Captain America, right, the iconic figure that he is in the Marvel Universe, we all know that he is a great fighter. He is a war hero. He is the leader of the Avengers. He is one of the best hand-to-hand combatants in the Marvel Universe. Therefore, a figure of a character such as Captain America should have articulation, so you can put him in those epic poses, those fighting stances, and cool stuff like that. So let me just show you right now. Let's see if he has all the articulation we would like. We got the head, which is on a ball hinge. So look at that. He can look up that far, which is great, which is normal. That's how everybody said it doesn't go all the way back. We don't want it to go all the way back. That looks great. Head goes down. Perfect. The body mold, this new body mold, is not hindering his movement on his head at all. And of course we have the right to left movement there. So awesome job all around with the head and neck joints there. Then we go into the body. Now I wish his chest, you know, this is a newer body mold instead of the standard Bucky Cap. But I do wish that they sculpted his chest a little bit wider. I mean, this is Captain America. He's put some time fighting crime. He's put some time fighting Jim. Fighting Jim? he's put some time in the gym, and he should have a bigger, wider chest. The good thing about this, though, they give him the big, broad shoulders, so he still has that broad look, right? Like, don't mess with me. Look, I'm a big dude. But I wish the chest was just a little bit wider, because Captain America should have that kind of look going on. But yeah, let's go into the shoulders, right? Let me talk real quick about the shoulders, because the shoulders have the normal 360 degree, and it's on a hinge. But he has these big, beefy shoulders. Now look, big, beefy shoulders. Cap throws a shield around. Cap should also be able to lift his arm all the way to the side. He cannot, unless you really force it. That's as far as you can go. And let me show you guys something real quick. Because the plastic, you know, at the bottom of his trap and the top of these beefy shoulders, you can see a little plastic chipping there. You see that right there? You see all the scratches? So that is, you know, very minor. Again, you can hide it just by setting the shoulder in a different position. Boom, it's gone. But I know it's there. So you guys just be careful when playing with this and posing him around, because you can affect the plastic, and you don't want to have any scratches on this beautifully painted figure, right? We got the bicep swivel here. We got double jointed elbows, which is great. Let me get that other joint there. There we go. Double jointed elbows. And no forearm cut, but we do have rotation in the wrist, and we also have a hinge. So that's great. I'm just a little bummed about the shoulder. I mean, this guy throws around the shield for a living. It's one of his things, and that's about as far up as he can go. But not too bad. Ab crunch, I showed you guys with the paint. Phenomenal. Goes down, arches all the way back, and what I love most about it is that the paintwork is nice and throughout. There's no break. It looks right. Everything looks right. We got a waist swivel. And with the legs, again, he's a fighter. Should be able to do some... He does know his martial arts, so... You can do a front kick there. Not bad. That's about as high up as it can go. To the side, not so much. So his side articulation when it comes to raising his arms and lifting up his leg laterally is not really working out too well. But this is Captain America. He'll find his way. He'll still win the fight. But, you know, it should be a little bit better. But I just wanted to point out to you guys. Does have a thigh rotation. Does have double jointed knees. Booyah. And we have a boot cut at this beautifully sculpted boot. We have a hinge at the ankle. Look at that. And what I love, we got the ankle pivot and ankle rocker, so we can put him in great dynamic poses, and he will stand with these nice big feet. And if you remember the Bucky Cap, I'm going to show you guys comparisons. But the Bucky Cap mold is a smaller figure, of course, and has very tiny looking feet. But not this guy. He has big, broad feet that hold him up very well, and with the ankle rocker here to help him. So he won't have any issue standing. The plastic is very sturdy. The joints are nice and tight. So I am loving this Captain America. Now take a look at this guy's shield, okay? Now I was in awe of the paintwork used on the figure, but take a look at the shield. This is the best looking shield I've seen on a Captain America figure in a long time. Everything is crisp. The lines are perfect. There's no break in the paint. The red is red, the white is white, the blue is blue. Oh my goodness. Great job with the shield. And then, you know, we have the typical, what you've seen in Captain America figures. We have the peg that goes in the back, and then we have the wrist clip right there. And it's just a flip of the thumb, flip of the switch. But I cannot get over the paint job. Well done, Hasbro. They're really stepping up their game for Cap. Let's take a closer look before I pop him on the body. Look at the alternate head of Captain America. This pack-in feature here is this Capwolf. Now, I know I have the comic somewhere. I really don't remember the story of how this happened. But it's just so cool. You know, I love these weird attachments, these weird add-ins and pack-ons, pack-ins and add-ons, there you go, that they put in with these figures every now and then. You know, really, really unique and different, and you know, people will be like, what the heck? But I love it. I mean, I really think I'm going to get 2 Captain Americas. I'm going to get another body here just to have one displayed in the wolf form, because I am loving the standard looking Captain America, and I'm definitely going to want to have one with Wolfie, with the wolf head on. And again, look at the A, nice and centered. There you go, nice and centered. His eyes, you can see the blood red eyes, the pupils right there. His teeth, look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Look at that. Beautifully sculpted. The gums are sculpted. Everything is looking fantastic. Let's put this Wolfie head on Cap. I'm going to show you real quick. Head pops right off. Get Wolfie Cap. Give it a little twist. This is so weird. But I love it. I love it. Now let's see. Now I wish he had more, maybe like a ripped costume, or some alternate hands that showed the claws of Wolf Cap here, Capwolf. But I'm gonna try and pose him in a way where he can look menacing with his wolf head here. This is so weird. All right, guys. I just want to show you real quick how to take off the hands. He has 2 alternate hands. Take that off. Let's put his. No, wrong one. This is his saluting hand. You see it pops right in. Peg goes into the peg hole. Let's see if, there you go. Let's do something like that. And this one unpegs. And let's get his pointy finger. Oh goodness, this Capwolf head is driving me nuts. Anyway, that's how you put his alternate hands on, the alternate head. So easy stuff, anybody can do it. But yeah, it's cool that they added on. I just wish they had, I mean, come on, you got this Wolfie head, you got the Capwolf head. How about some Capwolf hands, some furry claws? Rawr! Capwolf. Okay, so my Captain America just came back from doing yoga, and he actually has better articulation laterally from the shoulders than he had before. Now, I did have to force it a little bit more, and again, I'm still concerned about the chipping of the plastic, but he does have better range of motion with lateral movement of his arms than I thought previously. So I wanted to take this Captain America and size him up with other caps from my shelf, some of my favorites, and I have here Captain America next to the Ultimate Captain America. And you see this one is all military styled, all pouched up, and got all these straps on him. It looks hardcore. Got his boots for stomping, and got these awesome looking gloves, and I love that hand sculpt. Very cool. But you can see the difference. I mean, they're about 6.5 inches tall, and this Cap, as he should be a big dude, and he does look bigger, much bigger than the Ultimate Cap. And you know, we have the straps going on here with this Cap, but you see they're very loose. they're two separate pieces and they slide off pretty easily, you know. And you know, even if I have them displayed, eventually they'll slide on off, I'm sure. But I wish they did with these two separate straps, made it kind of similar to this one, where maybe they just attach to one piece. Because this you can slide, I mean, if you really wanted to, you can take this off. But I just wish they did that with these little straps instead. That would have been cool, you know, when attaching his shield to the back. At least you see the straps holding the shield. But anyway, we'll take those away, and you can see the difference between Ultimate Cap and here. And you can see the body is also different. His chest is a lot more defined. You can see the sculpt right down the middle, his middle chest area here. With this body mold is just the Punisher, the Toy Biz Punisher. If you guys remember SDCC Kazar, you can see the biceps. His biceps are humongous. This is one of those weird deformed biceps there. It looks very weird. So I'm glad they did away with that. And he has this more, you know, what do you call it? Proportionate arms. But look at them side by side. Look at the difference right there in height, side by side together. So they're different body sculpts. Yep. And this one wins in my opinion. But this is still a great looking cap. But let's see how he compares to another figure. Oh, before I get to the next cap, look at the shields. Now this is the beautiful shield that this Captain America from the Red Onslaught Build-A-Figure wave comes with. Look how nicely painted. It's not sculpted. Everything is painted. And the other previous shields, they're all sculpted. And you can see, even sculpted, the paintwork is a little sloppy. You know, we got that silver and red and blue, and everything is sculpted, but you got some sloppy paintwork. So, you tell me which one looks better. 3, 2, 1. And here I have the Red Onslaught Captain America versus Captain America from the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 8 over here on your left. Now, this Captain America here, regarded by many as their favorite Marvel Legends Captain America, I'm going to have to say he is one of my favorite. I absolutely love him, and he'll always have a place in my heart. But this Captain America is just taking the cake for me. I mean, the paintwork is on point. I do love on this Captain America how the scales, you see the scales? They're all sculpted in, his star pieces sculpted, like great sculpt work, of course, as we were used to with the Marvel Legends back in the day. But, you know, his head doesn't go all the way up. It goes left to right, but the articulation is hindered. You know, don't have a great neck joint there. I'm not going to play around too much. This is an older figure. But you can see, I do love the flare. This is way too flared out, his gloves. The boots are nice, but, you know. And this Captain America here, like I said earlier, it reminds me of the 80s and 90s Cap. We didn't have all those sculpts. I mean, all those scales on his uniform when, you know, Brubaker took over. But I do love this Captain America. It's just so clean, so crisp. But this cap will always have a place in my heart for sure. Now check out the shield on this one. I think this Captain America, the Toy Biz one, the shield is sculpted well and painted well. But it is, I think it's just a tad too big. Now this shield, look how clean that is. I mean, everything is just flowing. The lines are crisp, painted superb, and it's proportionate with this Captain America. So again, I'm loving this cap. Now I have the Red Onslaught cap next to Bucky Cap. You know, we're always talking about Bucky Cap mold and all that. This is where it comes from. The reason he's called Bucky Cap is because Bucky Barnes, you know, Bucky, his World War II sidekick, came back and eventually donned his own armor, or the mantle of Captain America, and this was his uniform. So this body mold, let me take off the shield here that we've seen before, and so I won't compare it again because you know which shield is better. But, you know, this body mold has been used over several figures in the Marvel Legends line, and you can see the difference. So I'm glad they didn't go to Bucky. You know, they've been using bigger body molds for Captain America, which is great. So I'm glad they didn't use the Bucky Cap mold for this. And Captain America, Steve Rogers, should be bigger than Bucky Barnes, and he is. Now I have the Barbershop Quartet here. Let's call them the 4 caps. Looks like Ultimate Cap is keeping the beat with his snaps. Shooby-dooby-doo. But yeah, I love this Red Onslaught Captain America. Look at the differences in the paint. Look at how he pops. I mean, these are all great Captain Americas. There's been a lot of very good Captain Americas throughout the years of Marvel Legends. But this is my #1 all-time favorite. And, you know, the alternate hands and the bonus wolf head are just extras. They're just bonuses, you know. But Captain America as is my favorite Captain America of all time in the Marvel Legends line. And I'm digging it, man. And just look at the shields. See, the difference is this shield is so crispy. So crispy! But thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video of the Marvel Legends Captain America series, Red Onslaught Build-A-Figure Wave, Captain America. You got Marvel Legends Civil War. The movie's going to come out in a few weeks. You got the next Marvel Legends line coming out with the Giant Man Build-A-Figure. Can't wait to get my hand on that. But if you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Stay tuned for more videos. You know what to do. Peace.